Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sports Centre YouTube channel. So, me and Carl are here today because it's been another busy few days in the Well, it's been kind of busy. Obviously, a lot of back and forth with one club in particular and one player in particular. So, we're talking about Chelsea today, Carl.
Yeah, they're always in the news, out there for signing someone, selling someone, not selling someone, not signing someone. There's always something going on.
Well, that's what I was kind of just alluding to. Then, obviously, we did a pod last week, didn't we, about Conor Gallagher going to Atletico Madrid? The deal's done. Apparently, it's signed. The medical's done, but he's back at Chelsea training at Cobham.
Mental, innit? But he's not the only one, is he? There's another couple of them training with him because they've exiled him, haven't they, to the naughty corner
Yeah, I
with
think
Lukaku and
Trevor
Chalobah.
Chalobah, isn't it? It's just on the obviously the two guys that have kind of come up through to Chalobah and Conor Gallagher. Um, I know Conor Gallagher got offered a new contract, didn't he? Apparently a couple of years, and he turned it down. Do you think that's because he's a little bit pissed off? He sees everyone coming in and getting these 6, 7, 8 year contracts, and he's like, "Well, hang on a minute, I've fucking pretty much served my full life to Chelsea FC, and you want to give me a measly 2 years?"
Absolutely. I can't imagine it being any other reason. I'd be so pissed off seeing these mediocre or well below par signings on 7, 8, 9 year contracts. Well, I'll take the 9 year out because we know what we're talking about. We're talking 9 years. But, I'll throw him straight out there. You can't sign people like Mudryk on a 7, 8 year contract. And when you've got a homegrown player who will give absolutely everything, he might not be a world beater, but he gives absolutely his whole body and soul
Mm.
to that club. Will do anything for him. Captain him last year, and you give him a measly 2 year option. I think it's fucking disgusting.
It's just so you spoke about then this 9 year. I know they give him a 9 year contract, but so Cole Palmer's been in the news over the last 24 hours. They give him an extension on his current deal, which takes it so he's got 9 years left. What do you make of that? I find it bizarre. Me, I mean, you don't know what's going to happen with a player. He could get injured. His form could dip. It seems crazy.
I think on his part, fair play
Oh, yeah,
in the
absolutely.
in the aspect that he's got security now for the next 9 years,
Mm.
no matter how bad he plays, and if he keeps improving, he's only going to get new contracts. But what I found astonishing was, I know he's only young. I don't know his exact age, but it sounds ridiculous me saying this, but he's only on 120 grand a week with his new contract.
Well, I want to say I think his one before that was again. It sounds crazy to say, but in today's climate, with like pittance, wasn't it? Really, wasn't it about 60, 70 grand a week you were on?
I don't know, but to say he was by far their best player last year, I don't know what their top earner earns at Chelsea, but I bet he's on double what Conor Gallagher's Cole Palmer's on. I bet it's double at least.
I mean, fair play to that. He's definitely earned himself an
A pay
improved,
rise.
well, yeah, an improved contract situation. Just, I just don't see the more I think about it, I just don't see how it is sustainable to keep offering these contracts out. So Todd Bowley's obviously got a plan in place, or well, you'd like to think he'd have a plan in place, given that he's a pretty successful businessman. But it just looks to me like he's playing fucking football monopoly with players that ultimately, oh, they've done all right for a few games. Oh, we'll buy him. Oh, he's done all right for a few. Oh, we'll buy him.
I think he's got some unbelievable faith in his recruitment team picking the right players because if you do have absolute faith in them, then and you think they're going to be as good as they're going to be, or you think they're going to be, then I think he's doing the right thing. But we all know in football that that doesn't work like that. And if he knows that Modric, Caicedo, Lavia, all these players on massive contracts or massive length contracts,
Hmm.
if they know, if he knows that they're going to be absolute world beaters for 7 years, for 8 years, then it's worth it. But that will not be the case.
Is it worth it though? Because what happens? Look at Lavia last year. didn't kick a ball for Chelsea pretty much. Got injured. He was injured all season. So at the moment,
But
they paid
the
60
problem
million
with
quid.
the problem with that is they'll have insurance for that. So that's
Mm.
that you can sort of wipe that out a little bit, I think, because they'll have been paid out for that via insurance. But I just think you're taking a massive gamble on that player that you're signing on a 7, 8, 9 year contract to be as good as you want him to be for that amount of time, which is just not going to happen.
Well, all right, so I'll chuck this one out then. So Chelsea scraped. What they're playing? They're playing Europa Conference League next season. Am I right? Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
So they scraped in there. You know, they had a good back end of the season. I think they were like 10 games unbeaten or something. But as I said, they kind of got in pretty much last couple of games. Um, we know Chelsea growing up over the last, I'm going to say what, 10, 15 years. They've been competing for titles. They've been up there. They're winning cups. They're always in the mix in the Champions League. Surely, if Chelsea continue, say for instance, they have another, I don't know, 2, 3 years out of the Champions League, surely it can't be sustainable to keep chucking these massive transfer fees in these massive contracts. It just can't.
I think it's got to come a point where somebody, some hierarchy somewhere's got to come in and say, look, you can't be giving these contracts out. I don't know how you can police that, if I'm honest, but it's just, like I say, it's not sustainable. Where the hell are they getting their income from? It's not like they've got an 150,000 seat stadium. You know, like, yes, I know they're a big club. You know, they are worldwide fan base, but they're not like Real Madrid, Man United, Liverpool, Bayern Munich standard.
No.
Um, so where the hell are they getting their income from? How are they not under investigation? Is beyond me.
Well, I heard something today actually. Funnily, you should say that. I heard something on Talksport, and they were saying, "Do you think Chelsea are potentially spending all this money now because they know that an investigation is coming around the corner where potentially they won't be able to spend money for a period of time?"
Yeah, they got this. I heard the same thing where they were talking about they think they might end up with a transfer ban.
Yeah.
Hence, you know, they get a big squad in there, so they don't need to sign anyone. You know, they won't feel like they're being penalised in effect. So
Well,
as soon as I heard it, it made sense.
yeah. You remember they had a transfer ban a few years ago, didn't they?
Yeah, when Lampard
When
took over.
When Lampard were in charge. It
But
just
some
seems
of the,
it seems crazy. And like today, I know that potentially Lukaku is part of this deal, but they're linked with Victor
Osimhen,
Osimhen. It's just like, how the fuck are you doing this?
João Felix, another one.
He's that situation is comical because basically they're pretty much looking to buy him so they can sell Conor Gallagher.
Yeah. It's
So
like,
I'm
how
just
many
like,
players do
well,
you need in that position?
there's like, well, what's point in potentially buying João Felix? Or is it again? It comes back to what we were saying a few pods ago, where basically Conor Gallagher, every single penny that you get for him goes straight to your bottom line because
Yeah,
he is an
but that bottom line's
academy.
going to be wiped out. It'll just get wiped out by João Felix's transfer fee, I presume, anyway.
But it doesn't know, does it? Because if you remember the is it fan it's eluded me now, the three letters
Yes,
PSR, that goes over 3 years, doesn't it?
yeah, well, all right. So if you get 35 million for Gallagher, how much are you paying for João Felix? 70 mil?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that João
So therefore,
Felix,
you're losing 2 of them years straight away. So you're only actually banking 35 million.
but then they're
Uh,
obviously they're obviously gambling that within that 3 years that they're going to potentially get back in the Champions League. The revenue is going to go. Well, this is what I'm saying. It just seems to be playing Monopoly with not even millions, like billions. The guy has spent, I don't even know the
over a
exact,
billion.
over a
It's
billion
over a
pounds.
billion.
And that would be before this transfer window, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. I know he spent over a billion as of now, since he's come in.
Yeah. It's just
It blows
crazy.
my. It absolutely blows my mind. But I read something from a Chelsea fan, and it was something along the lines of, I hope we get a transfer ban because this is ridiculous. This is the team I support, and I just want them to stop doing this.
I
And I thought,
I
how
saw a
can you
similar
eat?
thing.
Like every football fan loves the summer window because like, oh, we're signing, oh, we're getting blah 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 blah. Chelsea fans the other way. Stop signing players. We don't need anyone.
It's mental, isn't it? But surely as well, the players that are coming to Chelsea, you've got to question their ambition a little bit, haven't you? Because it's like, well, great. I'm not knocking Chelsea. You know, big club, big club. Obviously, very prestigious part of our capital in London. Got a lot of history over like potentially the last 20 odd years or so. So the foundations are there for them. But right now, you've got to question players. Are you just coming because you know full well that, like you just said earlier, you're going to get a decent contract that's going to basically secure you for the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 years?
It's mad. It is mad. But like what I always think now is, like once so long ago, you wanted a decent player in each position.
Mm,
So you've got in effect a squad of 22, decent player in, so you're competing against somebody else for your position,
yeah.
you know, high quality. Chelsea seem to have three or four in each position. It's fucking mental.
Do you know what the weirdest thing is as well, which I found with Chelsea? And this is no disrespect to any of the players there, but I hadn't really heard of hardly any of them. And I consider myself quite a knowledgeable guy when it comes to football. And I'm like, where's he come from?
Uzi, yeah, there is a
Who's
fair
he?
few of those. There is a few of those. I won't say there was a lot, but they seem to pluck these players out of nowhere where no one's heard of them before. And when they come in, they don't exactly pull up trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of unknown players.
Like they signed another keeper this window, and you get Chelsea fans saying we don't even know who his number one is. You go into the season and we don't know who was like his
They-
first choice
They've
keeper
still
is.
got they've still got Kepa on books.
Have they really?
Yeah, and to
Fucking
be fair,
hell.
he's probably still their best keeper.
Crazy, and it sounds mad. I know that I heard him linked with Osman today. But well, I know it's only speculation and rumours, but I heard it again that they've been linked to Ivan Toney. I'm like, surely not.
I mean, obviously they won't go for Tony just purely because of their model is going for young players in it, and Tony's not so much a young player anymore.
Mm.
But I can see the Osman work it coming because he'll part of the swap deal with Lukaku, and I can see it happening.
It is, but on that note, it's going to be interesting if that deal does go through, how it's going to be structured because Osman's got £100 million release clause, I believe, or there and thereabouts £100 million, something like that. So it's like, well, you're going to have to sell Lukaku to
Lukaku
raise
and
funds for
what?
it? Yeah,
Lukaku and 60, 70 mil.
I think that deal will happen, because I think it's Conte in it that's in charge. Is it Napoli now?
Yeah,
And I think he's keen on taking Lukaku back to Italy, isn't
yeah. I think it'll happen. Unless PSG come in for him. 'Cause PSG were linked with him for a little bit. Osman and White, I'm talking here.
he? Well, do you reckon, just before we wrap it up, then where do you think you can see Chelsea finishing in the league this season?
It's a real unknown. I can see him being a force. I can see him finishing fourth. But I can also
Yeah.
see him finishing eighth. They're a basket case, aren't they? But you just don't know. They are a juggernaut as well. So
Mhm.
I put them in the same sort of bracket as Man United at the minute. You just don't know what type of how they're going to come out of blocks, how they're going to finish.
Well, I think that's the thing is if they come out of the blocks how they left the blocks,
Finish.
how they start, yeah, how they finished off last season. Um, yeah, if they get a bit of momentum behind them, they could be definitely challenging for Champions League spots, but be an interesting one. Be keen to hear from Chelsea fans. What do you reckon of your club? Are you having Todd Bowley? Are you not? I reckon a lot of you probably won't. And let us know in the comments below, where do you think you're going to finish this season? Right, mate. Good chat. Looking forward to tomorrow. Premier League predictions ahead of the big kickoff on Friday. I'll send you the list of what we're doing. Right, guys, thanks for watching. Yeah, let us know in the comments where do you reckon Chelsea are going to finish up this season. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Catch you later.